Hello everybody, I am that younger one, you all know me as Mark, and today we're going to be trying like realistic Alton Towers or Fort Park theme parks. So this first one we have right now is called Roblox Towers. I've already been on this a little bit off recording, but the way that this is going to work is I'm going to base it off realism and just how the game is in general. Does it run smooth? Are the coasters actually realistic? We're going to run it off that. So without further ado, guys, let's begin. So first thing I'm noticing, you've got your turnstiles here. You've got the original corkscrew. But what I'm wondering is, do they have the board? Because if they have the board, they do not have the board. So in real life, there's actually a board on the corkscrew that says Vekoma, and it's got all the stats of like who it was made by, when it opened, when it closed. And for those of you that don't know, it was a Vekoma. Closed in 2010 actually, to what we now know as the Dark Forest, which was originally called Ugland, but so far, walking into the actual park, the music sounds similar to what you'd hear there, the whole like enchanted theme. But I'm gonna give this some realism points. It actually feels realistic. Obviously, we are wearing the Nemesis and Merlin passhold, but shop here that doesn't work. What about Towers Trading? Towers Trading works, but there is next to nothing in here. Let's have a look at the actual merch that they have on the wall, though. This could be interesting, Let's see, I've got Smiler, Oblivion, Alton Towers, Oblivion, the Towers. I'm at the Roblox is at 10. I'm actually gonna get that because that actually looks pretty nice. It actually looks pretty nice, but yeah, a bit further down, but overall though, this is what Towers Trading looks like. There's a little accessibility ramp that goes about there. Apart from that though, giving it credits where credit's due. You got this is usually they have the stuff like plushes and stuff up there of like the ride bears. This is usually your like sweet area here where you'll get like sweets and stuff. They have the actual. Okay, so you don't have Towers Trading up yet. In here would be your Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, which is like refillable drinks when you go out. You get your hot dogs. That would be hot dogs and donuts. That's guest services. Which looks empty. You got your corner cafe, like coffee. Over there is guest services where you'd go for like ride access passes and everything. That's where you go for photos and stuff. So they're both technically guest services. But as we walk around the lawns, is that Forbidden Valley over there? So it doesn't look like they've got the full park animated, which I can completely understand. It's a pretty big park. But over here we have Spinball Wizard, which was Sonic Spinball until the licensing ran out, and then it just became Spinball Wizard as we all know it. But without further ado, I'll be back when we actually get on the ride. So while we actually walk up into the queue here real quick, I'm going to give a bit of a insight into this. So this ride is actually the first ever ride I've passed out on, Spinball Wizard. Because I went earlier last year for for fireworks, and I passed out on it for some reason. It was like directly after I ate, so I had like a few hamburgers and stuff, and then I just suddenly like threw up. Not threw up. I haven't threw up on a coaster yet, and I hope I don't. But looking at stuff like Talon over in Germany, maybe one of them would make me throw up. But obviously it is Spinball Wizard. Station looks pretty replicated. They've not got an operator's panel yet. Yes, let's get into this cart before it takes off. So over here we have a POV camera. So that's a nice feature. Sorry about that. So my mic wasn't recording for an entire segment, but we just walked off the ride. There was a little bit of a difference. There's no like ride access past queue or anything, like, or like divider separating. But over here we have the actual time thingy, if you would. That's just like sort of a speed clock in a way. But if we have a look at the park map, there's 5 stars on the map, so I'm assuming Smiler and Oblivion will be in the same place because they are technically the same ride, but yeah, Smiler and Oblivion are in the same area. How do I actually get out of here now? Am I stuck? Oh, back to park. You know, my dumbass can't even find a way out of a menu here, like, but yeah, as we load back into the main park, I'm probably gonna have to walk the full way again, aren't I? Oh no, puts me right outside Spinball. That's good. But yeah, this is your lawn area. This is where fireworks are every November. You've got like Scarefest where you have the stages and stuff. There's a stage there. This is sort of an area for the staff to like walk by. Usually there's some toilets here, like a forest. There's some toilets there that lead with a little cut through to Smiler and Oblivion, the X sector. Over there you've got the towers. I don't. No, this isn't in the actual park. All the like spirals. It might have been when Smiler first opened, but I was still a wee kid back then when it first opened. But yeah. So here we are in X sector. I wonder if we have the annoying Smiler music playing. And the sounds of it just sounds like some. Oh, sounds like a remade version, but here's your chicken place. You got the Smiler here. Yeah. Apparently, you can't jump the queue. Oh, yeah, you can. But, oh. Okay, so I have to actually walk down, but, funny story actually. These cameras outside, there's 14 of them if you count them, and that's to indicate it's a 14 looping coaster. You know, it was the world's first and the only 14 inverted coaster. It was opened by Gerschlauer in 2013. It's a infinity coaster. It would appear that they don't have extended queue. Yeah, they don't have the extended queue. But yeah. Apart from that, though, this experience so far has actually been pretty solid. It's making me actually feel like I'm at a theme park. Here you've got vending machines and like someone to stand behind to give water and stuff if people need it. We'll cut back when we're actually in the station getting on the ride. So here we are in the actual station block. Usually there's a wall divider here, black and yellow like wall divider things. And this room's usually pitch black with flashing going on and screens showing normalization. Over here where is your baggage hold. There's usually a lift here for disabled people. On the opposite side of here would be a like fast track or no single riders queue. So if you're riding alone or you got a fast track, you'd usually go through there. Apart from that, here's the actual ride. Yeah, you have your baggage hold there, your stairs going up, and then your operator's panel is up here, behind that blue window. So, as I did with the last ride, I will shut up and let this play out. So as the train slowly rocks in, that actually felt realistic to what the actual ride does, like all the inversions, the sounds and everything. Oh, in there would be a shop usually. That's where your shop is. Right next to it we have Oblivion, and there used to be a ride called Enterprise, like right there where my mouse is. That's unfortunately gone. Got your donut station. You've got like a little don't look down area here where you can see Oblivion as it drops, which looks like it's only single train at the moment, but oh no, triple train. But yeah, this is just a massive circle, so I will get back to the. Actually, I'll tell you a few fun facts about Oblivion. This is a Vekoma. It's not Vekoma actually. It's B&M. I forgot what exactly it is, like the exact name of it, but it's a B&M coaster, and it you literally just go up, drop straight through the hole. That's the entire ride. It's about a 45-second ride. I just tripped over here. First time I've ever tripped over that. How this ride works is it runs a dual station. So you got station one here for train one, station two for train two, and no matter where you sit on this ride, you're always going to get a front row experience. Um, but yeah, while we wait for the trains to roll in, I'll get back with you as soon as the train rolls in. So not even 2 seconds after I ended that last clip, the first train's rolled in. So let's get dead set center. As I did with the last ride, as soon as this starts moving, I will shut up and just let the ride play out. So as soon as that drops, this will then go. Usually there's a video here saying like, oh, don't look down and everything. What this whole ride is brand about, like looking into the abyss. But anyway, as promised, I'll shut up now. So that was Oblivion. Um, right there's your baggage hold. You know, you can take your baggages out. Down here would be where the photo opportunity is, so you can get your photo like of the ride. So if you get an on-ride photo or pay for the pass for the on-ride photo, then this is where it would be. Here's an arcade, not a cafe. It's an arcade. But yeah, I will get back to you once we head over to Dark Forest, Forbidden Valley, them sort of areas. So be right back. Actually, as we take a nice pleasant walk up here, here are the Alton Towers. Kind of ironic it's the name of the park, but this is the historic landmark that's there. It houses the attic scare maze. Um, that would be a way in. It's like a bridge you can cross over. Over here is like another food and drink area. And if you walk around here, you can get into like the gardens and stuff, or what is called Her Ladyship's Gardens, which is the garden like opposite the towers. You can actually walk around there. It's a nice spot to have a picnic. It's very out of the way. Here you have Hex, which is a Coleman Madhouse, which goes on about the story of the park. So it goes on about the chained oak branch, which is left for left, and it put a curse on the towers. Um, this would be Dark Forest, not Forbidden Forest, and this is sort of like a supernatural themed area. Mainly about, and it houses a Intamin launch coaster and a Intamin freefall. So I will get back to you once we do get in the queue for Rita, which is this red one here to my right. I'll get back to you once we actually get. So here we are on the ride, and like all the other rides, I will be quiet for this ride as well.
Keep your head back. Hold on tight. You must escape. Go, go.
So this is your unload section here. So this is where you get off the ride, and then that's where you actually launch from. And if you notice how some of the track is painted, you can't really see from here, but some of the track is painted like a green color, like here, painted a different color. That's so that it could blend in with the trees. That's how they got it so high, because Alton Towers isn't allowed to build above the tree limit. So they painted the track a green so it sort of blends in. But yeah, apart from that, onwards we go to 13. Oh, also, I'd like to mention it's called Rush in this game. Just Rush. So that begs the question, what's 13 called? Surrender. Alright, anyway, I will get back to you all when we're actually on the ride. So here we are upon the actual walk to the ride. Baggage platform is here. There'll be people doing bagging here. Yeah, and then up here you've got like a Tesla coil, and don't go down to the wads on the wall. I promise you it is a Tesla coil because it was just working then. It doesn't actually work at the park. So here you have all your bays 1 to 10. This is your front row queue. So this is where you would go if you want to be front row. Can't seem to get past it. Wonder if these gates will open as the ride comes in. Otherwise, this might be unrideable. Oh, they open! Anyway, like the last ride, I will shut up and let this one play out. here we are back in the station. Yes, there is a drop on this. I've got to say that was actually pretty accurate to what it is in real life. But anyway, you know what? I'm gonna keep going to the park. I'm gonna keep this recording running and sort of explain a bit more backstory as I make my way over to Forbidden Valley, which should be our last stop of the day, unless I'm forgetting a ride. I think I might be forgetting a ride, but I'm having a complete brain fart here. I've sort of forgot what ride it is. But it's modern, or like a Wicker Man or something. But yeah. Anyway, get back with you once we're in Forbidden Valley, because there's actually no, I'm gonna keep recording actually, because so where this game cuts off straight into Forbidden Valley, there's obviously you've got the gardens below me. That's just like a massive forest garden area. But on our right here, this would be a like walkthrough called Gloomy Hollows. Hollows? Hollows? Gloomy Woods and Haunted Hollows is through this way. This is where you'd go to get to like the Curse of Alton Manor, uh, or well, Jewel as it was called, and the way you'd go towards Nemesis, Galactica, Congo River Rapids, stuff. So here we have the PA1X, and this is the Nemesis Subterra. I actually follows you. That's kind of cool. But yeah, this is the drop tower. This is based about keeping the creature of the Nemesis creature, like sort of under wraps, if you would, like trying to protect it. Jump in the loading docks here, and back with you once the ride actually starts. So usually there'd be a like elevator that goes down and a bit of the story playing about what's actually in the park. So yeah, there'll be a screen here telling you.
Welcome to the research facility. You are about to enter an underground system. These caverns were discovered by researchers back in 1994 when something terrible was unearthed. An alien creature from another dimension. When discovered, the creature was extremely hostile. We immediately started our emergency procedure to pin down and disable it, and since then, there have been no further incidents. Recently, operatives have broken through into a previously undiscovered cave. Inside, they found a nest of eggs. The eggs of the same creature discovered back in 1994. The nest is off limits to the general public as it is an extremely volatile environment. However, a single egg has been removed and made safe for public exhibition. In a moment, the elevator doors in front of you will open and take you down to the central core, where you will be able to observe the egg. As long as you obey all security operatives, your safety is absolutely assured.
So here we are actually going into the elevator. There's 4 levels to it. I think this is the old Subterra, which I never actually got to do because the bastards closed it in 2015. Yeah, they closed it in 2015, so I never actually got to do the original because I was still too young, too short. But yeah, let's take a plunge into Subterra, and hopefully you all will enjoy this as much as I do.
This is a military facility. Obey all instructions given to you by facility operatives. Quickly take your designated seats, move right to the end of the row, and leave no gaps. Do not touch anything.
You have now entered the central core. Please observe all safety precautions. You have now entered the central core. Please observe all safety precautions.
Welcome to the observation chamber. The egg in front of you was discovered here on this very site in a previously undiscovered cave. It was believed that the creature inside was dormant. However, since further research, we have discovered that the creature is very much alive and healthy.
Increasing signs of
The
life
egg is
detected.
constantly monitored by our research team, and you are perfectly safe.
Error. Power failure. System malfunction. Egg containment system has been breached. For your safety, remain in your seat. Remain in your seat. Evacuate. This is not a drill. Detonation in 10 minus 30 seconds. Emergency. Evacuate. This is not a drill. Emergency.
I don't remember this being here in the actual ride, at least not the one I've been on. When it's ready, it'll take us back up to the surface, I guess. I hope. I don't want to have to leave and rejoin. But damn, that would be so annoying. Don't feel like the doors want to close.
Thank you for visiting the research facility. Remember to purchase your very own alien mug from our gift shop for only $29.99. Have a nice day.
God, even Roblox is trying to get me to buy stuff.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Whoa! What's with that goofy alarm? Whoa! I'm getting the fuck out of there. Holy! That's a lot better than what the actual ride is that we have to this day. Seeing the creature at the end there, that's really scary. Not scary, you know, not scary in that way, but like, if I were to actually go in person and see that then, and I didn't know it was there then, it would genuinely shit me up. So I see they've went for the new Nemesis instead of the old one. Kind of weird that they didn't update Subterra if they've went for the new Nemesis. But it's alright, I've with it either way. It's not honestly that bad of a ride. Yeah, river runs red. But actually got the Blood River in this game. Usually they just put red lights on it. have the station, which is meant to be like an alien central motherboard. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about the ride. Obviously, as it comes in here, I just want to say if you've made it to this point, thank you for watching. I know my voice can be annoying sometimes, but it's the first proper time I actually want to make a video and stuff. What time are we on now? What? 1 o'clock in the morning? I've been going at this since about 12, so I've got 3 or 4 videos lined up. Obviously, front row seat. Always get a front row seat on Nemesis. Best experience ever. Anyway, I'll shut up and let the ride obviously continue as it should do. I'm just gonna end the ride early and jump off here and run out of here. But that was Nemesis. It's one of, if not my favourite ride at the park. Here's where you'd get your photos usually. A nice little coffee shop here, and then over here we have the. Oh, it's down here. But this would be where Toxicator now is. But this is Galactica. It's sort of like a you lay down flat on your stomach. So what you'd call it now? The flying coaster, B&M flying coaster. Anyway, I will let this. I will let you watch this queue line. It's not nearly as long as it usually is in real life. It's usually about 60-70 minute queue ride. Down here you've got station 2. Over here you've got station 1, which I see they only run one station in this, which fair enough to him. I'm sure it can't be easy to do a dual station, especially in Roblox. Down here you've got your maintenance shed where you keep your extra train. That's the final helix of the ride. Anyway, as we wait here, I would just like to say, I get that I'm still a small YouTuber, but all support that I get on these videos, like past few Roblox videos I've done, have really blown up, and I want to thank you all for that. Like breaking 1,000 views on a video, it was genuinely surreal, and I know it was a few years ago, but I still treasure that as sort of like a first milestone. That's incredible if you think about it. So, and I couldn't have done that without all of you guys. So, thank you very much for it. Hopefully my voice, now that I've obviously an adult now, hopefully it isn't too annoying. But again, as I say with every other ride, I'll shut up. You've heard enough of me blabbering. Enjoy the ride. Anyway, that'll be all for the Forbidden Valley. So I'll get back to you when we get to the 2018 ride known as the Wicker Man. So I'll see you all there. Already, I see something I want to point out real quick. What have they done to my man Bob there? Oh, why? He's just a solid PNG. You haven't actually animated him in. I feel bad for him, man. Just little PNG sprite of him. Feel bad, man. Gotta show my boy Bob more respect than that. I mean, you are sacrificing to him. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Full robe. Ah, am I not going the proper way? What? Confused now. Where's the main queue? Oh, main queue's over here. So I'm so used to going in that way because I have a ride access pass for my ADHD and a few other conditions, but so I'm not usually used to doing main entrance, but I try to do as many main entrances as I can. You know, get the build up for the ride on the go. Get the actual feeling of, well, actual feeling of the excitement that everyone else gets. Here she is as she rolls right past. This is usually the ride I do in the morning. So usually go on it in the morning and then I'll go on it at night. Just for it's a bit more like therapeutic at night. In a sense. Feels a bit more like therapeutic at night. So I don't know why this is only recording at 18 frames per second. I'll have to sort that out eventually, but um yeah, I'll sort it out eventually. But you know, dog just gave me a heart attack then, so I do apologise about that. Stopped recording 'cause I thought it was a family member coming down or something, but no, it was me dog. Dog scared me. Anyway, through here's your station. There's your baggage hold. You have like a little pre-show here usually. Yeah, your pre-show would usually be here, but obviously I'm gonna get a front row on it because we're the only person here. Like, but hopefully you all enjoy it. We'll be back. I'll keep talking as soon as it's finished. outro just so that I don't have to film any longer. But thank you all so much for watching. Like, this has been absolute pleasure to make. This is one of my favourite pastimes, going to theme parks. So I want to thank you all for watching. I'm going to end it here again. This nice working man here. One half of it's a ram, by the way. One half of it's a human head. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I've been Mark. I've been your host, and I want to wish you all a good day, morning, evening, night, whenever you watch this. And thank you. Take care, guys.